Hello, everyone. My name is Jess Lamb. I'm the Director of Product here at OpenSpace. And today I'm going to be walking through some recent releases from the first quarter of the year from the product and engineering team here at OpenSpace. I've been with OpenSpace about 2.5 years, working on a number of our products, and I'm excited to show you what the team has been up to recently. Before I jump in, I wanted to take a second and invite you all to Waypoint, which is OpenSpace's biggest customer event of the year. It's happening on June 8th, so just around the corner. At Waypoint this year, we're going to have some major product announcements. We're going to hear from some of our top customers about how they're using OpenSpace and solving problems in the field and office, and hear from a number of our leaders, like our CEO. So join us on June 8th. And I'm sure you've seen some of the emails from us. So yeah, just click the link to register and we can't wait to see you. All right, so let's jump in. So for the last quarter, we've been working on a number of new features and improvements to the product to speed up the way you capture, to offer new ways to capture, as well as improving our Field Notes product, improvements to OpenSpace Track, and some improvements to our BIM tools. So I'm going to be walking you through those now. And what's better than a live demo? Because, those can never go wrong, right? All right, let's jump in. So the first feature I want to show off is an improvement to image quality. So this is our image enhancements tool. So when you're viewing a 360 image, sometimes, you don't have enough light to see exactly what's going on, or maybe the image isn't sharp enough. So the team has added some new features here where you can increase the brightness. Just move that slider along. You can also work to reduce shadows, so with the shadow slider. And we also have a sharpening slider here as well. So this is great if you're wanting to look at a detail a little closer that maybe was not captured because you're closer to the center of the building, or maybe it was towards the end of the day. So hop in here and use these image enhancements tools. And we also have another AI-empowered image enhancement tool coming out in the next couple of months. It'll automatically run these image enhancement features on your photo and then allow you to do additional adjustments from there. So we're constantly looking for ways to improve the image quality for you. And towards the end of the call, I have a couple other updates for you that you may not have known about. Great, so the next improvement that I wanted to show is with our Field Notes features. So if you've been using our Field Notes feature for a while, you will probably be familiar with it, but I wanted to just take a second to call out this feature for people who maybe haven't tested it out yet. So with Field Notes, you can quickly create essentially an issue or question that's saved both in 2D space as well as the 360 space and saved in time. You can mark up a field note, add a description, add comments. You can add people to the alert list. You can tag it. We actually have some exciting new improvements coming to tags. You should stay tuned for. And you can add due dates and attachments. But one of the big improvements we've made to Field Notes in the last month is the ability to customize your statuses. So no longer are you limited to the default statuses that OpenSpace gives you. You actually customize them to align with your team's workflow and align with your standard operating procedures. So if you're using OpenSpace primarily for safety walks, you can adjust it to follow your statuses, or if it's mainly used for quality control, then yeah, update it to align with your team's processes. One other thing to note is that we've also by default added a closed status for you all. So now when a field note's been resolved, you can close it, you can filter them out in the Field Notes sidebar. You can also run reports on field notes that have been closed, within certain time periods. So super useful for tracking your work and making sure that you're getting any issues or questions resolved. But I say, how do I actually customize these statuses? So you can go down into project settings, which is this button down here at the bottom left of your screen. I'm just going to go ahead and jump over. Whoops, that's the fun of a live demo, right? Is that Sometimes you jump to the wrong screen. All right, so go into your project settings, go to Field Notes. You'll notice on the Field Notes setting page that we have the tag settings at the top, but click on status. It'll drop you down to the bottom of the page where you'll see the existing statuses here. You can create new status. Simply click the new status button, type in live demo. Maybe we're talking about doing a little demolition in the field. You can save that, and then it'll appear in your status list. And then you can also reorder them. So if you want to move it down here, because we don't like to do live demos that often, you can have it near the bottom. And then if you decide, oh, actually, that's not a very useful status for our team, you can just go ahead and delete that status. Great. So as you can tell, we're making a lot of improvements to the already powerful Field Notes feature to make sure that your teams can use it in a standard and efficient way across all of your projects. Today, you can customize statuses on a project by project basis, but later this year, in the future, we're going to continue to up-level our customization so that orgs and accounts can control that customization at the full company level. Great. Okay, so now I can go to the next tab. All right, so you all know and love, hopefully you know and love, our amazing BIM Compare feature where we can pull up the model side by side with 360 images. We've made a couple big improvements recently. So one that I wanted to call out is our sheet overlay feature. So when you're viewing the model next to the 360 image, if you go over here and hover on this button, it's the button in this furthest right component, but the first one's called Overlay Sheet. Just click that button and we'll automatically overlay the floor plan for this level. And so you can see the spec from the actual drawing, you can see specific room names, the doors, names of doors or other features, and also see where objects are lining up in the model. So you can confirm really quickly what you're looking at. So this is a great feature if you're still getting used to BIM and you're wanting to really orient yourself because you're more familiar with 2D drawings. This combines both side by side with the 360 image. And one other exciting new feature I wanted to call out is Save Views. So this feature just went into beta about a month ago. And if you want to join the beta, which you can decide after I demo it, reach out to your customer success manager or your sales representative. They can help get you set up in the beta to start testing it out. So with the saved view, you essentially can bookmark whatever you're looking at. So let's say we're looking at this wall here, but I don't really care about the wall. I want to save a view so I can see all the in-wall work. So let's select the wall. And then you right click and you can hide the selected object. All right, great. Now I can see this in-wall piping, which is really what I care about for the next couple of weeks. So go up here, click on new view, say in-wall piping, conference room. And then we'll create that view. And so now we've saved this view, right? So let's say, okay, well, we want to go check out a different part of the project. So I'm going to, bounce over here. And let's say, a few days later, I'm like, oh, I want to go back and quickly find that conference room and check that in-wall piping because we've got an RFI up and we want to clear that out. Go up to your saved views. See here, that was saved most recent at the top. Click on it. And voila, we're jumped back to where we were right before. And so this is great for coordinating between the field and office, or the project team and the trades, so that you don't have to navigate through the model every time you want to find a location and specific elements or objects that are important to the work you're doing. So we've got customers using it in a bunch of different ways today. Your VDC team or your designers or engineers can go in and set up save views for the field team, or the field team can jump right in and start creating save views of their own. That way they don't have to navigate through the model every time they want to get back to that most important part of the project that they're responsible for. We have a lot of other exciting announcements related to BIM, and BIM functionality that are coming at Waypoint. So again, one more plug. Encourage you to join us at Waypoint to hear more. I'm not going to reveal any more today. And OpenSpace Track, our automated progress tracking solution. So you may have heard of that. I've worked on it for a while. If you've met me, talk about it all the time. So this is where we're using AI to automatically identify and quantify the materials that have been installed on your project so that we can quickly give you that % complete and quantity installed snapshot of your project. So one new feature that we've added to make it easier to collaborate with your teams is the PDF export. So when you export the PDF, it will include whatever you have displayed. One of my favorite features of Track isn't actually what's installed, even though all the colors are really pretty and fun. But I really care about is I want to know, what's not installed. So when you're, 80% or further complete, what's left? What do we leave out? What might be missing? Is there anything maybe we overlooked, a room we hadn't walked yet? So hit the Show Not Started button. Now I can quickly identify the areas that have not been completed. So I'm going to export that PDF, send it off to my team so we can get back out in the field on Monday and get this floor to 100% complete faster. All right. And then, because we launched a lot of stuff in the last couple months, one other feature that I wanted to highlight, which is just got into beta here in the last month, is our Autodesk Construction Cloud build RFIs and issues integration. So when you're viewing a field note, we've got a handy new button here for Autodesk Construction Cloud. Click the button, we'll pull up this menu where you can select to create a new RFI. You can link to an existing RFI, create a new issue, or link to an existing issue. So this ensures that the work your team is doing inside of OpenSpace makes it to Autodesk Construction Cloud, so the broader team can reference those issues and RFIs there, and they can always quickly jump back to OpenSpace if they want to see more of the capture from that day, pull up the model, whatever they need to do to get work done faster. All right, with that, can't believe I made it through the live demos without any major hiccups. So I go back to the slides and show you a couple more things. There's always more. So in the last quarter, we've released a couple new cameras you may have heard about. So the Insta360 X3, this is the next generation to the X2. It has a larger sensor, improved image quality, very reliable. And along with that, we also released the Insta360 1RS 1-inch camera. So this is a higher end camera, and it's better in low light environments, larger sensors. It is a little heavier, but I've heard that it's worth the strain sometimes because you get a better image quality back. And as you all know, construction sites are always changing. Lighting conditions might not be ideal. So if you want to ensure that you have the highest quality image, you're going to want to go with the Insta360 1RS 1-inch. Those weren't the only cameras that we released last quarter. We also launched the integration with the Insta360 Sphere, which is a camera that integrates with the Mavic 2 and allows you, Mavic Air 2 and 2S, which allows you to take OpenSpace captures from a drone. And so this camera is integrated directly with our mobile app. So it's just like if you're out doing a capture with your 360 camera on your hard hat, except so your hard hat is attached to a drone, and you can do facade captures from there, or overall site plan captures for site planning and logistics. We've got some more exciting announcements to come in this area, but we're going to hold off on those until you join us at Waypoint. I said I was only going to plug it one more time. I guess I lied. And moving on from the hardware, I will also want to call out a couple of big improvements that are coming, that have come to the mobile application. So this is really one of the places where OpenSpace excels, is bringing your OpenSpace project to the field, to your mobile device, or to wherever you are really. If you're waiting in line at TSA at the airport, and you want to check on OpenSpace capture, we've got you covered. But none of that's possible unless you're able to capture consistently, reliably, and most importantly, quickly. And so one of the big features that we released in the last couple of months is Quick Connect. This allows you to automatically connect to cameras without needing to go into the settings on your mobile device. So here on the left, you'll see we've got one of our lead engineers here demoing it. So if the camera is on and your mobile device while the OpenSpace app is open, it will look to identify or find that camera after you've clicked the tapped connect to camera button. And so this will save you a bunch of steps and makes it super simple to connect your camera. And this is especially important when you've got someone who's capturing for the first time and you're training them. It just makes it a breeze. And then each time that you're connecting after that, same simple process, no more needing to go to the settings and bouncing around from app to app. The next feature I want to highlight is background uploads, which is now in beta. So after you're done capturing, you can continue to capture, do subsequent captures, or you might want to go off and focus on some other tasks. So now with background uploads, we will continue to upload your capture bit by bit as you are connected to either Wi-Fi or a cellular network. And this means that you don't have to have the app open anymore. You can basically set it and forget it and go on with the rest of your day or focus on other tasks. This is going to be a major improvement for those that don't have the time or maybe don't have the connectivity in that moment to upload all their files. So they're not going to be able to make it back to the trailer to use desktop sync. And so we've already got tons of customers using this. It's a great feature. It saves a ton of time. So if you're not already in the beta, reach out to your customer success manager and we'll help you get set up. And with that, I just want to say thank you all for giving us, constantly giving us feedback and partnering with us on the product team. We really wouldn't be able to release this many features and continue to improve the product without all of your help. And so really excited to share more product announcements and new features with you all at Waypoint next month. And yeah, just excited for this year and looking forward to continuing to build out a great product for all of our customers.